Now, two South Island mega projects with two mega price tags. Last night on CTV News, we showed you the groundbreaking for a $1 billion development in Colwood, capital city centre. And while that work gets underway, the $300 million Uptown development in Saanich is very close to opening its second phase later this year. But does the capital region have the business, the people, and the spending power to make these big developments work? CTV's Louise Hartland looks at that. She joins us live with more. Louise.
Hudson, these two big projects are going up in the capital region, and they are taking very different approaches. Construction is buzzing in the second phase of development at Uptown Centre. An additional 220,000 square feet of retail space will open its doors here later this year. Fewer than 15 kilometers away, construction is starting on Capital City Centre, a $1 billion mega development in Colwood, slated to take 20 years to build. There are big differences in how the projects were planned. Morguard Investments, the company building Uptown, declined our request for an interview today. On its website, it shows Uptown is being built in two large phases, each including both retail and office space. Morguard Investments says half of the 108,000 square feet of office space is still available in phase one, and they're opening another 100,000 square feet in phase two. In a statement, Morguard says it is currently in lease negotiations for the office and retail space in the second phase. League, the backer of Capital City Centre, is taking a different approach.
Everything that we're doing in this project is kind of more one-off versus Uptown, which is, in two major phases they built the whole thing. And so because of that, it's easier to phase. And as well, this project is much more heavily reliant upon residential. Uptown, there's very little residential plans. So.
The president of Victoria's Urban Development Institute says there is a certain amount of risk involved, but both builders would have done their homework.
Having the projects built out, both by quality developers, will sort of trigger growth. So in other words, chicken or egg scenario, build it and they'll come.
League says Capital City Centre will be developed in a number of small phases and sub-phases, starting with a retail and residential centre to stimulate sales and interest.
And the second portion of the retail that gets built, that becomes the hub. And then anything we do in the future can be built one at a time or surrounding that project. We've been set up in such a way that we can go back into the inside of that hub and add more density as the market demand is there.
Miller says although the builders are taking a different approach, both are examples of the capital region's growing market.
I think it's good that some of these big projects are going ahead, and it shows some pretty good foresight to the future for Victoria.
A future that holds many more retail opportunities and homes for one of the fastest growing regions in the province. In a statement, Morguard says it is still looking at a residential component for Uptown, but the timing and construction details are still up in the air.
All right, Louise Hartland reporting. Louise, thanks.